taken 5 games, but UVA Wise will play its home opener here on Thursday night when West Virginia Wesleyan visits the Pryor Center alongside head coach Kristin Kunzman. Coach, your team's 2-0 in the Mountain East. We'll quickly look back at your last game at the University of Pikeville. You had a 2-game winning streak to stop. It looks like you just got in foul trouble early in the game, and the Bears got off to a quick start and you just weren't able to recover.
Yeah, we did get in foul trouble, and we also didn't come to play. I mean, we've talked about it. We're a much better team than the performance that we gave that night. I think we've bounced back this week in practice and hopefully are refocused and ready to go for tomorrow.
Coach, looking at West Virginia Wesleyan, they have a new coach and Michael Berry, and the Bobcats in are 0-4. They've lost 26 consecutive games, but they're much improved. They took Fairmont State to overtime, and they have one of the premier players in the league, in Adrian Cunningham, who's averaging 15.8 points a game. That's 7th in the Mountain East Conference. Just your impressions on West Virginia Wesleyan.
I think the first thing, like you said, is the new coaching staff. They have new sets, new plays, new culture that they're creating there. So that's always different. You know, just getting used to that. It's totally different than last year, even though they have a lot of the same personnel. They do have some really solid guards and post play. They have a girl averaging almost a double-double in 4 games. She's got like 9 boards and 10 points. And then Cunningham's a great player with almost 16 points and almost 5 rebounds. So, you know, they definitely have talent. We're going to have to come ready to play and be disciplined on the defensive end.
Coach, we'll talk a little bit away from basketball for a moment. It'll be faculty and staff night here at the Pryor Center, and it's also the Cavs trio night with the women's basketball, the softball team, and the volleyball team has a great event where some items are auctioned off. If you could, talk a little bit about that for the fans and what they can expect to see when they come to the game here tomorrow night.
Sure. First off, Faculty and Staff Appreciation Night. We've been talking about doing this, and we're really excited to do it for our home opener. You know, we really want to get fans out here. Our girls talk about wanting their professors to come, so we hope that we can get a large support from the faculty and staff at Wise. With that being said, we are also doing a Cavs Trio silent auction. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good items. They're actually setting it up for it today and getting ready to go with it. So there's a lot of good things there, and it does support the women's softball, volleyball, and basketball team.
Coach, last year you were able to beat West Virginia Wesleyan twice in those games. Your point guard, Taylor Sanders, played extremely well. She had 14.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and she's coming off back-to-back games where she's not put forth kind of the stat line you're used to seeing. A lot of that's been with her foul trouble. What do you have to do to get Taylor back the way she played early in the season and how she played last year against Wesleyan?
I think it's just refocusing. You know, I think no one's ever going to be perfect, and being able to have a game where you're struggling, maybe it's foul trouble, maybe your shots aren't falling, whatever it may be, refocusing in practice. And I think she's done that in the last 2 days. We've had consistent practices top to bottom, so hoping to have that going into tomorrow.
Coach, Kiana Grayer at Pikeville played the best game she's played for us so far. She played all 40 minutes, 13 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 4 rebounds. Do you feel like she's finally got accustomed to your system and has turned the corner of being her first year in the program?
With Kiana, a lot of times I think she goes unnoticed, not maybe by the coaching staff, but by a stat line. She does a lot of the intangibles. She was able to kind of do both. She was able to do the intangibles as well as get things done on the stat line. So, you know, I hope that gives her some momentum going into our next game.
Coach, as always, we'll ask you, what are the keys for us to be victorious over West Virginia Wesleyan?
I feel like I keep it the same answer usually, but we got to be disciplined on the defensive end. We've got to keep them off the boards. We've hit that home hard, so, you know, out rebounding them is going to be really important.
Tip-off is at 5:30. If you can't make it up to the Pryor Center, you can listen on 92.1 FM WDIC, or you can watch a live video stream broadcast of the game on UVAWiseCavs.com.